Sometimes the most powerful words are the ones you don't say. We live in a world where people are constantly talking, explaining, defending, or arguing. Yet when it comes to uncovering the truth, silence is often more effective than any question, confrontation, or accusation. It might sound counterintuitive, but psychology shows that quiet observation can create the pressure needed for someone to reveal what they are hiding. When someone is guilty, anxious, or withholding information, they unconsciously sense that something is off. They pick up on micro-signals: your calm posture, your steady gaze, your refusal to react emotionally. And that's where silence becomes a powerful tool. By not speaking, you allow their own thoughts, fears, and conscience to surface. Silence is not just about being quiet. It's about controlling the flow of the interaction. It's about giving the other person a mirror to look into, where their own mind begins to fill in the gaps. The longer you remain silent, the more uncomfortable they become. They begin to overthink, justify, rationalize, and often, eventually, confess. In this video, we're going to explore 5 key ways silence works in revealing hidden truths. Each part will show you why staying quiet is not passive, it's strategic. You'll learn how silence can trigger self-reflection, create tension, amplify guilt, and make someone reveal more than they ever intended. If you've ever struggled to get someone to admit the truth, or wondered how psychologists and negotiators handled tense conversations without saying much, this is the strategy you need. By the end, you'll understand why silence can be one of your most powerful tools and how to use it effectively to uncover the truth without confrontation. Part 1. Silence creates pressure. When someone is hiding something, our natural response is to probe, question, or confront them. We feel an urge to fill the silence with words, reasoning that asking direct questions will get answers faster. Yet research in social psychology shows that silence creates a unique kind of pressure, one that forces the other person to engage with their own guilt or anxiety rather than avoid it. Think of it this way: when someone is lying, they already experience tension inside. Their mind races, trying to maintain the deception while managing the fear of being discovered. By remaining silent, you allow that internal tension to escalate. Every passing second without a word becomes a subtle cue to them that something is being observed and evaluated. This makes them uncomfortable, and that discomfort often triggers verbal spillover. They begin to talk more, clarify, justify, or even confess, all to relieve the pressure that your silence has created. This technique is used by interrogators, negotiators, and psychologists because it leverages a basic human instinct, our need to resolve tension. The longer someone sits with unaddressed discomfort, the more likely they are to reveal information themselves. The key is not just staying silent, but remaining deliberate, calm, and attentive. Your body language, eye contact, and stillness amplify the psychological pressure. It's important to note that silence is a tool, not manipulation. The goal isn't to force a confession or create unnecessary stress. It's to create a safe, tension-aware environment where the other person's mind naturally leads them to reveal the truth. By understanding how silence creates pressure, you can harness it in conversations, negotiations, or even personal relationships. It's a subtle, often overlooked strategy that is far more effective than speaking first or pushing for answers. Part 2. People fill the void. Silence is powerful because humans are uncomfortable with empty spaces in conversation, especially in tense situations. When you stop talking, you leave a void that the other person instinctively feels compelled to fill. This is why in psychology, silence is considered an indirect method of eliciting information. People often reveal more than they intended simply because the silence prompts them to speak. Think about it. When someone senses that a topic is important or that their actions are being observed, they begin overthinking. They try to control the narrative, justify their behavior, and explain themselves, even when no one asked them to. This self-generated speech often contains truths, hints, or outright admissions that might never come out under direct questioning. This principle works in both personal and professional contexts. In relationships, for example, if a partner senses suspicion, your silence can prompt them to explain their actions in a way that reveals the truth. In negotiations or interviews, staying quiet after someone speaks gives them the chance to elaborate further, often providing critical information voluntarily. The key to using this effectively is restraint. Don't interrupt, don't nod excessively, and don't react emotionally. Simply listen. Your silence acts as a mirror, reflecting their own conscience back to them. Over time, they feel the need to fill the empty space with words, often revealing what they wanted to keep hidden. This isn't about manipulating someone. It's about understanding human behavior. Our brains are wired to resolve uncertainty. When confronted with silence in a high-stakes or tense context, people naturally try to close the gap with explanation, sometimes without even realizing it. By mastering this technique, you allow the truth to emerge on its own, effortlessly and effectively. Part 3. Silence encourages self-reflection. Another reason silence is so effective is that it encourages self-reflection. When you stop talking, you give the other person space to think. Without constant prompting or interruptions, their mind begins to process their own behavior, actions, and motivations. They start analyzing themselves, often leading to realizations or admissions they wouldn't have made otherwise. This is why psychologists call it a form of cognitive reflection. People have a natural tendency to evaluate their actions, especially when they are aware that someone else is silently observing. This self-evaluation can trigger guilt, anxiety, and a desire to justify or confess their behavior. In effect, your silence turns the person inward, forcing them to confront their own conscience. This works particularly well in sensitive situations. For example, if someone has lied, cheated, or withheld information, giving them space without pressure allows them to wrestle with their own thoughts. They may begin sentences with, "I guess I should tell you," or "I didn't mean to," even when you never asked them to explain. The silence acts as a catalyst for introspection. It's important to maintain calmness and attentiveness during this process. Any sign of impatience, anger, or judgment can disrupt the reflection and trigger defensiveness instead. By remaining neutral and composed, you create a psychological environment where self-reflection is safe and natural. The power of silence lies in the fact that people often reveal the truth themselves. By simply being present, observing, and allowing the mind to do its work, you can uncover hidden truths without confrontation. Silence gives their own conscience the stage, and most people can't resist taking it. Part 4. Your calmness amplifies their anxiety. Silence alone is powerful, but silence combined with calmness is even more effective. When someone is hiding something, their guilt or fear creates internal tension. If you remain quiet and calm, that tension is amplified. They notice your steady composure and become increasingly aware of their own unease. This works because humans are highly sensitive to emotional cues. When someone is nervous or dishonest, they instinctively look for signs of judgment or confrontation. If your response is neutral, composed, and non-reactive, it magnifies their anxiety internally without escalating the situation externally. They begin to talk more, clarify, justify, or even confess, all to relieve the pressure that your silence has created. This technique is used by interrogators, negotiators, and psychologists because it leverages a basic human instinct, our need to resolve tension.
This is Stickman Influence. See you in the next video.